Welcome in, welcome in, welcome to the
Yes.
stream. Give me just 1 second. I got a couple things still to set up. Running a little bit behind today, but that's all right. Just a moment, we'll get things going. We've collected a lot of quests as of late, but a lot of these quests we're collecting were supposedly too low a level for, so we got to figure out what we're going to do. I'm going to finish probably exploring the area we're in now. And then kind of go from there. Alrighty. Let's see. I think we got everything we could out of her house. Let's check out the Serpent's Crown area. We can do the main quest while we're here in town and maybe get a few XP, maybe even a level. Maybe.
I worry about you, Adair. There'd be a thing of free out here that you shouldn't be aiming at pets.
Hey, it was dark. I only saw the back of your head. Thought you were some huge island squirrel.
This ain't about me, farmer.
What is this? What building is that? Lady Asparo's estate. Okay, that's locked up. We don't really want to break in. We're not really here to cause trouble. It seems in this game, generally seems to go quite poorly for us. Let's check this estate then, I guess. We can go into this one, so let's check that one out. Oh, what do we got here? We got some people training right in the foyer, right when you enter. Anko, servant, apprentice. Yeah, we'll run right through the middle of it. An older Maru man stands ringed by a younger Juana. Apprentice or pupils, it seems. His robes shimmer with quartz beating, and his perfume announces his presence across the room. I hate that. Yet beneath his finery, he looks like a fighter gone to seed. Disused muscles flop on his arms, and flab pads like so many layers of silk. He looks up at you and notices.
Greetings, and welcome to my home.
Hello.
For what do you come to my villa?
Is he going to do this every time?
Huh? Does he start with that dialogue every time you talk to him, I guess? Takano continues grinning at you, oblivious to a lost irritation. I guess we can read his soul. Let's do that. Your essence slips from your body, and Tansko's soul enfolds you like a warm, oily thing. As his fears and questions seep into you, your perspective shifts to his. At first, you worried this island anima before you had been set by the Valerian debt collectors. It would be a low trick taking advantage of your famous hospitality, but then those Valerians are crafty. Perhaps if your villa were bigger, they might know that you're a man worthy of respect. Okay, so he's in some serious debt to the Valerian trading company, I guess. At least you have a shell. You tuck it away, not only for safekeeping, but also because you're a little ashamed of it. How could such a simple, ugly thing be scared to a god? But it was a gift from the queen, so you keep it. Your gaze strays to the wall. Yes, you must knock down that section there, install a wide, grand window once you have the money. Free from a soul with a placid smile. Is that it?
For what do you come to my villa?
Okay, I guess that's all we can do with him. That is is not very helpful. Anyone else in here with a unique name? Servant, servant, servant. That's all stealing. I think we got a room over here, don't we? What's in this room? Looks like the kitchen. Absolutely nothing. And no rooms down that way. I guess we'll check the upstairs, see if there's anything of interest. This room may be a dud. Or this house. Yeah, unless you're wanting to rob a guy blind who's struggling to pay his bills already. Kind of nothing here for us. It's also possible we need like better perception or something like that in order to, when we read his soul, get a more accurate thing. Let's see. Let's check this area. Let's make sure there's nothing up there, and then we're gonna move on to the palace. There is like a little courtyard area up there. The devs seem to like to put points of interest in those kinds of places, so there's someone there uniquely named. Let's check them out before we head into the castle.
Hunter or prey?
Two uniquely named people. What do you got going on? A woman with skin hardened like sailcloth sits upright and stares off into the distance, her lips held in tight like a thoughtful pinch. She blinks and sits even straighter across her view.
So, it will be you, then.
What's that?
You do not know what I talk of, Akira? Then, I owe you an apology. I have collected many foes over the years. Some of them would sprint up the mountain to see me push through the jaws of the great eel.
Let's see. Who are you?
You do not recognize the great huntress of the archipelago? The candle of infamy burns too bright and too fast.
Okay, so I guess she was a... yeah.
As Noongata Whale Splitter, I cleared the jungles and seas alike of slippery creatures. I earned my foes later, when I hunted a deadlier prey.
Extremely tall women? Is that what you were hunting?
Ha! Bounties, you wild ibex.
Okay, so she was a famous bounty hunter at some point.
It's been years since I tossed a harpoon. So now I stay abreast of what bounties need filling. That's Mataru retirement for you.
Okay. So you're under the impression everyone's out to get you then?
An occupational hazard, I say.
Oh, good, because we've been doing bounties on the side, so I guess we'll develop a similar reputation.
Hunters do not play well with others. Didn't you help me track down that crab thief in Atua?
I did not.
So it is true what they say. You never forget a face. No,
Oh.
a pleasure as always.
He has.
Hard to forget the boy who pilfered half my earnings when he thought my back was turned.
Ruh-roh.
That is a vile falsehood. I pilfered a third of your earnings. A finder's fee.
You ever missed the hunt?
I miss traveling across the archipelago, answering to no one but my empty belly and purse. But this is a younger woman's game. Better that I step aside and make way for aspiring killers, Akira?
Fair enough. Do you have bounties available?
Interested in taking up the trade, are we?
I've done it once.
I warn you that I deal in the heads of the exceptionally dangerous. A lady needs standards, after all.
Alright. I assume that means they're exceptionally well priced as well.
You assume right, Hunter.
Alright, good deal.
Let's cut your teeth on clever Bena, infamous dwarf mystic of the obscured. A scavenger, I say. Picks off those who trust her for an evening. and then pockets their coin when she's bled them out. Bena was seen traveling on an island due southwest of Osongo.
Fair enough. Before I go ask some questions.
Ask away, Hunter. You're a
Anymore?
busy woman, Akira. I understand. When you have a head to turn in, you will know where to bring it, I say.
All right. I was hoping for a little more information on this bounty, but that'll have to do. All right, we got another mission.
Do you seek companionship on your travels across the Deadfire? Why not take a little friend along? We have many animals on offer, all well-trained and eager for a new home.
Let's see what you got.
Akira, you are sure to find one that suits you.
Ginger Demon? All right, so we got like a little pet trader here. That's interesting. Nothing I think that we need to be spending money on at this stage. So let's head. Oh yeah, there was someone with a unique name right outside the castle, right over this way. Let's check that out. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
You return. What say, friend?
Oh, she's the one. Okay, she gave us a quest to find a book, I believe. Okay, nothing over here. All right, up the castle steps we go then. Do we want to go to the upper floor? Let's just go right in the main entrance. I think that would make more sense for what we're doing, wouldn't it?
If you come to do business, outsider, you are late. Your people are already inside, speaking with the Queen.
Yes, my people. I'll better hurry.
They're in the throne room, through the door behind me. If you should lose your way, follow the shouting.
Fair enough. Well, that made it easy to get in. Just pretend I'm with a group that's already talking to the royalty. When I most certainly am not.
While I am flattered by the esteemed Hazanui's confidence, I must wonder how my people are meant to have destroyed an entire colony overnight.
Middle-aged woman with a square jaw and tar-stained teeth meets.
You tell us. It's no coincidence that your outpost at Port Mage survived the recent storm.
You speak as if I could command the tides. While you are casting your blame in a wide net, why not look to our Kahanga allies? We do not share their talent for shaping water.
Ooh. A sizable Anima standing at the throne takes a bold step forward and flares her nostrils assembled at the assembled dignitaries. A hush falls over the room.
I say our guest forgets himself.
Brother, stand down.
That's interesting. So they're immediately suspicious of the people who aren't the same race as them, even though those are their own race are the people who can manipulate tides.
You are the one who mistakes my throne room for a sparring arena. I say this is beneath us.
Yeah. That's good advice. Don't immediately try to start to pick a fight.
An interesting visitor in difficult times. You cannot be here to deliver a favorable omen.
We'll give her a nod.
Allow me to apologize as I toss you before the wolves.
Excuse me?
This one is a watcher blessed by Tangaloa. I suspect that many of our questions about Hasongo will soon be answered.
I come with a warning for the Queen.
How quaint of you to point this out in a room of warmongers and conspirators. You have the ear of the throne. Speak on, then.
Uck, I know this one. Her parlor tricks frightened 10 years of every sailor in Queen's birth.
What? I've never met you before, I don't think. Raising her hand for silence, Ankaza looks to her brother. He approaches and they exchange a few words quietly, too quietly to hear. She lifts her gaze at you once more.
We assembled to discuss the darkening of Hasongo, one of Rawatai's colonies. Watcher, it seems you have the floor.
Port Maje suffered similar damage when Aethos passed through.
What sailor's tale is this?
There's no sane explanation for what's been happening. You keep waiting for one, it'll be too late.
Indeed it will.
Does tilling the soils of the Eastern Reach drive all men mad? You sound as crazy as the Dawnstar Dreamers.
Have you not heard the rumors, Karu? An Adra Colossus marching across the sea. Sailor tales, but credible ones.
Gantanichese. I'm acquainted with the Watcher of Cadnua from my assignments in Defiance Bay and Twin Elms.
Here's Palanga. I don't know if we'll use her or not. She wasn't that great in the previous game. Maybe she's better here. We used her for a little while in Pillars 1.
Diverus? It explains the colorful nature of your reports.
I have seen things with her that are not even told in the most outlandish of sailors' tales.
That's probably accurate.
And I'm supposed to take 2 Valians at their word?
Oh my.
How came a Watcher from half the world away to be involved in these happenings? Enlighten the court.
Aethos emerged from beneath Cadnua, my castle. He made this personal. Silence descends on the hall. Courtiers and delegates eye one another, seemingly gauging which one of them will be the first to laugh. A stern look from the queen turns every questioning glance to stone.
Tracking down a god who stands as tall as a mountain. A fisherman with poor eyesight could do this. My priests will trip over their feet to interpret his divine plan. Watcher, can you cut through the din and tell for what he comes to the Deadfire?
Yes, I plan using the Aedra pillars to track and ultimately confront Aethos.
How resourceful of you. The Isles are studded with enough luminous Adra to bankroll an economy. I believe our course is clear. We will send the Watcher to Hasongo.
Okay.
Set sail to the west of Nekataka. I would tell you to keep a weather eye out for a lighthouse, but the God of Light did not appreciate competition. Something to add, Hazanui? You have an eager look about you. She believes herself entitled to my ear, I say.
Okay.
Only that Hasongo is a Rawataian outpost. It would be useful for the Watcher to take one of ours along.
Ma'am.
Oh, another companion.
Maya's an expert sailor and a better sharpshooter. The best the Brass Citadel has to offer. Whatever comes your way, she'll see it first.
If it gets me and Ashiza out of diplomat duty, we'd set sail with a drunk scolder at the helm.
Oh, there you go.
And shut us out entirely? We have every right to know of any hazards in these waters. Palagino, go with the Watcher. See that the Republics are served in this investigation.
Ah, Your Excellency. Hamed Kong Swalias.
That will be enough parading of champions for now. I'm certain that our guest knows how to assemble a crew.
Can't I take them both? I need all the help I can get.
Akira, if you can stand the chattering of unlike minds on your ship, that is your prerogative.
Fair enough.
Oh, good thing I'm already accustomed to cramped quarters and temperamental birds.
We both have our orders. I have no interest in interfering with you as long as you do not interfere with me.
I believe we are finished here. Are we? Aren't we popular? Take care at Hasongo. The Deadfire was overfull before Aethys blundered in. And take care with your trading company spies.
Yeah.
I say it is beyond time our guests lick their wounds somewhere else.
All right. So we get 2 new companions.
Let's speak.
Not sure if I want to use either of them. She's a ranger and a wizard. Maybe I could have her replace Aloft. Um, And we could do Paladin Chanter or Paladin Fighter. Probably Paladin Fighter for her, right? Question is, do I want to use any of them? I really like Aloth and Eder. We'll leave it like this for now. We might have to change stuff up later.
Watch her while we
We'll
have the
accept it.
chance.
All right.
Okay.
Your coming is a favorable omen already.
How's that?
You happen by a time when our rivals bicker and tear at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Bringing Ngati's chosen on your trek up the mountain. It does not take a priest to see how the gods send us an outsider to dig under the skin of our enemies.
Seems you don't take your rivals very seriously.
How can I when they posture and peck like a pair of kata birds? I will not paddle around the island. My sister wants to know if you are as useful as you are disruptive. She trusts me to judge this. You did not come this far to serve the crown, I say. But sailing is an expensive hobby. Loyal service can keep your galley stocked.
I mean, I could use some extra coin to outfit the Defiant.
Ikera, to patch a hull or stitch a sail is costly when supplies come from distant islands. The city has honest work for those in need, I say, and insists that everyone carry a heavy purse.
What kind of loyal service do you have in mind? Though he'd not been paying attention up to this point, Stekno rouses a distraction and blinks at you.
My sister keeps a tight grip on Nekataka, but the filth of it drips down her palm and into the gullet. Under our noses, I say, do foreigners smuggle contraband and pay the Raparo for their silence. Take this if you need proof.
Okay. A Valerian Envoy Medallion. The Republic's reward these for exemplary service.
Ikera, you are sharper than my guards for knowing this, I say. An envoy ship sank a day's voyage out of Nekataka. He wore that on his breast.
Interesting.
My guards recovered it in a raid of the gullet. This confirms my suspicion. Nekataka has a pirate problem.
Okay.
Smugglers and thieves cluster like rats in Delver's Row, a growth in the bowels of our city.
You think pirates raiding those Republic's bastards be the source of your people's agony? Wonder what the Gullet folk would be thinking of that, sir.
Yeah, probably very differently because that's what's bringing money in, and they're poor and desperate, which breeds crime. So, like, if you just took better care of them, they wouldn't do those things.
Anyone who preys on my people will know Anikaza's justice in time, I say.
Kind of sounds like you're preying on them by not, distributing your wealth just a little bit to keep keep crime from looking so alluring.
I want someone to peddle the medallion to the black market, earn the trust of these pirates, and learn how supplies come into my city.
Sounds profitable. Anything else I should know?
Yours is not a face that others will recognize. Let no one learn that you work for the crown.
Fair enough.
Naturally, you will want to take Ngati's chosen with you.
Me? For what does the lower city need an artist?
You mistake me, I say. I send you because of the missive you delivered to my sister.
Ikera, I did not realize.
Anyone gonna clue me in on what you guys are talking about?
Better if we discuss it on our way down the mountain.
Be on your guard in the gullet. I fear the caverns run deeper than even Ngati could guess.
Oh, the queen's gone, so I can't talk to her, it seems. Is it worth perusing around the palace? I'm assume. Oh, it's not stealing to get into that thing. How do I get into that room from here? Gotta go down and around, it looks like. Yeah, nobody too interesting. Hey, more unique name people. Meet a tall, brown-haired man dressed in full-plate mail. That might not normally catch your eye, but this mail is unusual. Colored a deep green and emblazoned with the image of a golden tree. The hand of the pommel on his sword, he watches the crowd go by with his keen eyes, relaxed yet fully alert. He narrows his eyes when he spots you.
What do you need of me? Well?
Tell me about yourself. He's initially hesitant, unsure of your intent, eyes narrow as he sizes you up, then nods. Interesting armor you have.
I suppose it is. Are you familiar with the shield bearers of St. Elka? We are a paladin order.
I am not.
The order began as guards for Elka, a noblewoman emissary of Kulkin, who bartered for peace with the kingdom of Vadir. The order's founders were forbidden to bring weapons to the meeting, and she was attacked. With only their shields to aid them, they fought off her attackers and brought her to safety.
That's pretty impressive.
She later died of her wounds, and the shield bearers of St. Elka were born in her memory. I am the son of a disgraced noble family. My father and brothers were executed for treason when I was a boy. Rightfully so, I must add. And my mother, sister, and I were thrown out on the street. All we had to our names was a trunk full of heirlooms. One of them was this suit of armor, which belonged to my eldest brother. Now I endeavor to live up to its promise and redeem my family's honor. That's the long and short of it, really.
Okay. Can you teach me what you learned as a member of Shield Bearers?
Well, you would need to become a shield bearer yourself to really learn it all. But I suppose I can teach you a thing or two as we stand here. The privilege will run you 3,000 copper, however.
Enhanced survival and athletics. Do we really want to drop 3 grand on this? Screw it. Let's do it.
My thanks.
He lays 2 heavy sandbags on your shoulders and runs through a series of drills designed to increase your strength and agility while dressed in full plate mail. Confident you've learned enough, you continue your training on your own. He gives you a hearty clap on the shoulder and wishes you well in your journey. Okay, so we basically just paid 3 grand for an ability that buffs our...
With pleasure.
ragged clothing. What else do we got here? Got something here. A shrine. Let's check this out before we go to the upper floor. Someone of a unique name. A door. Photographer bites his thumbnail and mutters to himself. Okay. Got a unique name, but we can't do anything with him yet. Apparently we can just take all this stuff from the palace, so we will. Check out the upper floor real quick before we move along. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, these are considered stealing, so... Yep, all of that.
You songwriters need a guild if you hope to learn discipline.
Not so. We speak in the
Barati
tongue of
pays
Ngati
coin
Mira.
to feed the great eel.
Your pretty dances may upset
He
the pub.
smells one touched by the great eel, does Barati. You are a woman who sits across a fire with death. Akira?
The Pallet Knight and I are on familiar terms.
For glutting mighty Tangaloa and hurling foes into their next life, Barati can offer payment. Coins for feeding hungry gods. Akira,
you collect bounties?
Rewarding those who appease the great eel. This is Barati's cause. May the beasts of the dreaming lands never know famine.
What bounties do you have available?
Tangaloa rolls a hungry eye toward Dichila, a Valian captain who scouts for luminous Adra in sacred lands.
Interesting. I'll take it.
Akira. Tangaloa knew it would be so. Dachila sails her voyager Alicio around the waters south of Nikitaka. The great eel hungers for her soul. Ask, but do not keep the great eel waiting.
Okay, we got a lot of people who offer bounties around here.
Hey,
It seems to be
I
a
have missed our little talks.
very common way to handle things. Anyone of interest here? Everything's considered stealing, yes. Yeah, nothing for us to do there. This is a hallway that goes to a dead end. Why? Guess Alost's gonna go open that door by himself. And nothing really for us to do in here either. Okay. And this hallway also a dead end, I assume? Yes, it is. Let's check the rooftop out then. That's pretty neat.
That's a great idea.
Motes of light and dark through the winding streams of water like schools of fish. Master Water Shaper. Oh, the queen's up here. I can talk to her. Elder Tiger, Water Shaper, Archer, Guard.
You make a habit of turning up uninvited.
Yes, I do.
Kahopa, Tangaloa. Welcome, our guest.
Please let that be positive. She nods at the cats.
Watch out. When these things lick, well, I hope for your sake you're not ticklish.
You travel with a brave crew, Watcher.
All right, good Copa, good Tonkala.
Nothing to fear, I say. If a queen cannot wrangle two cats, what right has she to the Deadfire?
Okay, fair enough.
There are many leagues between here and Hasongo. I trust you have packed for the journey?
Which way is it to Hasongo?
Sail west from Nekataka's harbor. I would tell you to watch for a lighthouse, but Hasongo's Adra has gone dark. Take care that your ship does not run aground.
Okay, thank you.
There. You have it from a queen. Safe travels, Watcher.
Okay, that was at least helpful information. Let's see here. Don't seem to have a way out of here. We do got a little kitty we can collect. Nope, gotta go back through. That's unfortunate, but that'll be alright. I think from here we can get out of the palace and then just go down the stairs. Then we kind of got to figure out what we want to do next. Can we? I was almost positive there's a door somewhere. This is the palace. Not down here. Ah, there it is. That's where we want to go. All right, so let's just check that journal out, see what we can do without getting beat up too bad. We can go to the gullet and try to do that. Let's blow the man down. Sail for Fort Deadlight. I don't think we're going to do that. For the publics, meet with the director at the Valetian Trading Company offices. We got two things now that we need to do at the Valelia Trading Company. Brass Empire. And I guess let's try to see if we can get to the Valelian Trading Company when it's actually open. Or maybe now that we have more things to do, maybe they'll actually let us in, because that's been a persistent problem, is not just showing up and the guards being like, nope, you can't go in. But maybe now that we got a more important mission going on, we can do that and knock both those quests out. It's definitely nighttime, so they're definitely closed.
Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence. Feel the warmth of his radiant presence.
Headquarters are still closed, ma'am. If you're interested in making a donation, I'd accept it with thanks. But the doors stay closed. Headquarters are still closed, ma'am. If it has anything to do with paperwork or wax seals, which covers most of what's in the building, I'm confident it can wait until morning. If it's that important, then set your...
Good grief. Is there like a wait option? Alright, so it's pre-dawn now. Let's try hour 9. Let's see if they're open then. Hey, look at that. It's open. Finally. Good grief. Alright, let's take a look around here. We got a couple quests that bring us to this area. Attendant, guard. Alright, this ain't it.
It's still going on, is it? When arrogant louds decide that enough is enough.
Commoner, clerk. Clerk does nothing, okay. Head off this way. Luca, I think that's one of the people we needed to talk to. That's all considered stealing, so we won't do that. The clerk busies himself around the room, favoring you with a brief glance. He rubs under his eyes and exhales through his nose.
If you're here on company business, then I will fit you into my schedule.
Let's use our perception and examine the clerk. Luca's shirt is spotted with a number of faded purple stains you recognize as droplets of wine. Someone has tried unsuccessfully to wash them out. Nothing interests you. Luca tugs his jacket close.
The service at the tavern are clumsy. Most clumsy, indeed.
I spoke to Temu outside. You have a claim on his tribe's land?
A lawful claim, I might add. No matter what the native says to the contrary.
Okay.
He showed up with a forged contract, as if I wouldn't know the difference between our paperwork and theirs. Tawenu is lucky I only seized the forgery. The galley is too good for his kind.
Tenmu didn't mention a forgery.
Sientere, it's no surprise the little cheat is an accomplished liar. I keep his cheap forgery locked in my chest. It's good for the occasional laugh.
There must be some agreeable way to sort out Tenmu's problem.
Your villager friend would do well not to stand between the company and our prize.
Oh, your prize, eh?
The company's allowed to solve problems as we see fit. And right now, Tawenu is a problem. Besides, lying is second nature to the Ranga heir and his ignorant cliente.
How much would it cost for you to lose the original contract?
Did those words really just escape your lips in broad daylight? It would cause me more trouble than a few paltry coins across my desk are worth.
Okay. You know, I can always just sit on the office stoop and tell passers-by how the company conducts itself.
I see. The company would appreciate it if you kept our affairs as discreet as possible. Now move along. I have larger matters to resolve than the fate of one insignificant island.
Okay, what did that do to our journal entry on that? Yeah, that's coming to terms, right? Convince them to nullify the contract.
This room stifles already. Must you crowd it? This again? Precon can it?
Tanwu mentioned you were anxious about talking to him. Why?
The Crown has been known to grimace at our client tribe privileges.
Okay.
We do not allow local trouble to stymie us, so that Rawatai can steal an advantage.
Okay, so you're ashamed of this practice and you don't want to admit it.
Postenago, the company has every reason to congratulate itself. Now move along. I have larger matters to resolve than the fate of one insignificant island. This room stifles already. This again? Precon can it?
What's the purpose of this contract?
Simple enough. We take on the burden of caring for the tribe in exchange for luminous Adra rights. Tawenu is myopic if he thinks his tribe can thrive under Aranga in this climate.
If I click I don't have time to solve this politely, do I end up having to fight him? We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
I'm sure that you always find creative solutions when things don't go your way. The time has come for you to go. My patience runs thin. This room stifles already. This again? Precon can it? This is the homeland they signed away for money, Ak. I can almost guarantee the company will put it to more dignified use.
Keep negotiating like this, drive the Juana into the arms of the Royal Deadfire Company.
Bah, Shuddery. It would be weakness to concede when we're so decidedly in the right. Now move along.
Dang.
This room stifles already. This again? Precon can it? Simple enough. We take Tawenu is myopic if he thinks his tribe can thrive under Aranga in this climate.
Can I talk to Tawana? Something about, there was an option, something about stealing this forged contract, and I wonder if that's relative to making, where's Triunga? That was right out here. That's Tenwu. That's not
Akira,
right.
you return. What say, friend? A strange smell follows you, I say. I hope you're not unwell.
Why didn't you tell me that you showed Luca a fake contract?
Fake? What say? I showed Luca a new contract, yes? Fairer, more agreeable terms. Luca called me a criminal and summoned his guards.
What do you mean by new contract?
A man in the gullet offered to assist me. He carried papers, ink, and wax.
Oh boy. He got scammed.
He helped to write a new contract in the Valian way and to fix the correct seals. Luca, I say he did not like this. He took my contract and forced me into the streets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were given a forgery.
I do not know this word. I would fix, but Luca will not give me the chance. Negotiating with outsiders has not gone my way.
I spoke with Lusa. He doesn't make it easy, does he?
Akira. He holds fast to his responsibilities and bends for no man or woman. Stubbornness is admired among his people, I say.
Do you know anything about Luca we could use to our advantage?
His breath smells of drink, I say. A foreigner's weakness. A guard did whisper that Luca frequents the public house. Akira, it may be that cooperation lies at the bottom of Luca's glass.
Okay.
What can I do for you?
Still trying to restore the Duca land
Akira,
rights.
my thanks. No matter the end, I will not forget the kindness. I will be going nowhere, my friend. The clerk and all of his harmful words could not move me.
Okay, so... frequents the local tavern after hours. I might catch him there and loosen his tongue. Okay. That's the next step on that one. Let's go back in, and we can do the other thing that requires us to be in the Valedian Trading Company while it's open. See how that goes. What was... So I checked this room, check that room. So yeah, we can go through here for sure. Governor's bodyguard.
Absolutely.
Free stuff. Free stuff. Clerk. Servant. Free stuff. Oh, that's the toilet. So this is where I would come out if I broke in. Historically, at least in the first game, I have not done well with sneaking around. Not my strength. That's all stealing. Got a little barracks here. Okay, so I need to get in here.
Eccosi. You have business here?
I've just come from Port Maje. Governor Clario suggested I might find work.
You are in luck. The governor is between meetings. Go on in.
Perfect. Standing next to her desk, lost in thoughts, Governor Alarvi looks at your approach, and her expression of intent, focus, thaws instantly. She greets you with a strangely sunny smile.
The Watcher. From the palace, yes? You made quite the impression on the Cantanechesi. He went on for ages. Welcome.
Indeed.
Make yourself comfortable. I am Lueva Alvari, Governor in Residence of the Valiant Trading Company here in Nekataka. What brings you to my door?
Come from Port Maje. Governor Clario suggested the Valedian Trading Company might have work for him.
Generous of him. I am a little surprised he gave you up, to be honest. His operations on Port Maje must be going more smoothly than reported. How much do you know about the Luminous Adra trade?
I know Athos is looking for it.
Yes, they warned me you had some interesting notions. Let's just say he isn't alone then.
Fair enough.
Every viable deposit is of interest to us. Cartographers, surveyors, at any moment we have a dozen expeditions underway. Some weeks ago, we received word of a large quantity of luminous adra on a distant island. Pukokahara. It is not charted on any of our maps.
Oh.
However, Pukokahara is said to neighbor the island of Tikawara, and we've already made contact with the natives there. We dispatched an expedition to Tikawara with instructions to locate the Adra site and determine its value.
Okay.
Our people have neither returned nor sent any word on their progress.
Uh-oh.
We are too long delayed, and someone must finish the job. A watcher can determine if there is essence in the Adra, if it is worth the trouble and investment to remove it. Information for which we are willing to pay.
I mean, if I'm going to sail all the way to Tikawara, I'll need to purchase some supplies.
That I leave to you. Consider it an investment on your part, one that will be repaid in full on your return. My
All
word
right.
on it. This will be of some use to you, I think. It entitles you to act as a commissioned agent of the Valiant Trading Company. Present it and you will be recognized as such.
Okay.
Until then, I believe we're finished. Return here once you have word of our agents and our prize. Oh, and take care upon the open sea. There are greater hazards in these waters than a few pirates.
Fair enough. Excellent. And we got levels for everybody. Nice, nice. Okay. All right, for you, looks like we're dumping in Arcana. And I think Bluff for him, right? Because I'm doing Metaphysics and Aloth is doing History, if I remember right. Let's see. We want to do Chanter. Can't seem to pick the other option. What's this? Ancient Memory. +1 health restored for 1 second or 10 seconds. That's pretty good. Reflex defense. What about abilities? Frightened. Okay, that's pretty good. For this, I'll need to get one of these. Creates 3 bolts of lightning doing shock damage. That's pretty good too. Do I go damage or healing with them? I think we go damage. Let's get this one. Okay, and then we get one for the Druid class as well. Returning Storm we know is good. What else do we got? Yeah, I think Returning Storm was the way to go. That was very good in the previous game. Does damage and stuns opponents. That's pretty invaluable. Alright, you were bouncing back and forth between Streetwise and Survival. Get a Survival point and an Athletics point. And what do we got here? Tactical Barrage. Let's see. And Discipline Strikes. Aware Inspiration. Aware Inspiration. What's this one? Mule Kick. Mule Kick looks pretty good. Penetration, Rapid Recovery. That's probably the best thing for him. Just make Ed Air as tanky as could be. What we got here? Opening and counterattacks, incoming melee, target deflection, and miss have a chance to like instant full attack. That's pretty good too. This will help him do damage. What are these other things? Finishing blow. That's pretty good. Staggers enemies. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. Get our counter ability. And Aloth. We're buffing mechanics with him. And history. Rogue skills I don't really care about with him. What can we do? Two additional quick slot items. Concentration. Increases will defense. Fortitude defense. And reflex defense. Let's go concentration with him. Alright, here we go into the wizard stuff. Bounding missiles is very good. Fireball's very good. Crackling bolt. Harming anything in its path. We don't want to give them a ton of stuff that can hurt our own guys. We don't want to do touch spells either. What's this little book check mark mean? Does that mean we already have it? I don't know what that means. Could go fireball if we already have this. What does that mean? I do not know. Let's go fireball, see what happens. I'm wanting to say, does the little book check mark mean we already have those things? We have rolling flame for sure. Yeah, I think that means we already have those. Alright. Because our grimoire has those spells in the book. I think that's the case. Alright. For you, we were buffing stealth, it looks like. And what were we doing with him? Was he also doing bluff? That doesn't seem wise. It's kind of what it looks like, though. Everything he has is skill in somebody else is already doing, except for intimidate. Could start going insight with him. Let's do that. We'll start getting that beefed up and see what that gets us. What do we got here? Rage. Barbarian becomes able to charge with reckless abandon. Bonuses for near-death enemies. I like that. I think let's do that. And then, what do we got here? Pain Link. Until it leaks an ally to those around him, forcing attackers to experience a portion of damage the ally suffers. That's pretty good. If anybody's getting, like, ganged up on. Burning over time's good. Frightening's not bad. Dominated by the cipher for a duration. Hobbed and weakened. Crush damage to enemies caught in between. That's pretty good too. I think this one's the best though, Pain Link. I think let's go with that. That way when Eder runs out in front and gets surrounded by people, we can just Pain Link and then all of them take damage. Alright, we were doing alchemy with me and metaphysics. Because eventually we're going to figure out how to do alchemy. We're going to do that at some point. Alright, what do I got for monk abilities? Lightning strikes, I kind of like that. Also deals shock damage and with swift flurry. And that's pretty good too. There's a chance to trigger an additional attack. Knocks them prone, that's normally good. Stun's normally good. And redirect attacks. Kind of want to do the lightning strikes, I think is probably our best bet. Yeah, let's do that. And then in our priest category, what do we got here? Consecrated ground. Creates a long-lasting circle of healing, regenerating ally health. That's pretty good. Warding seal. Burst of electrical energy. Enemy. Okay, that's a trap. Smart inspiration. Strengthen allies in battleground aware. accuracy buff, and we got burn damage. I think let's go healing. I've kind of set myself up as the party's healer, at least for now. It'll probably stay that way through most of the playthrough. Alright, anything else to check out in this place? We have an upstairs. I think we checked the washroom already. I guess let's check the upstairs. Hopefully we're allowed to go in there. Hopefully we don't go up there and it's immediately a problem, but we'll see. Alright, anybody of interest up here? Servant, servant. Guard, guard. More guards, more servants. Director's not in. You'll have to return another time. Okay, so nobody's here for that. We allowed in this room? Sure are. Oh, here's someone with a unique name. This isn't stealing. Don't mind if I do.
Just a moment.
Okay.
There we are. So, did Alvari send you? I'm putting together the numbers. You will have to be patient.
Okay.
Well, you're no clerk. Sientere, Watcher. I was preoccupied. Do not take it personally. They put me in this side office for a reason. Oleska Sarasso, advisor. Did you get turned around? I have little to do with people, to be honest. Numbers mostly.
Okay, fair enough.
What can I do for you today, Watcher?
How fares the company?
I will not lie. Our fortunes dwindle. I must ask the director for some clarity on these figures. I cannot imagine why they are so low.
What do you do here?
Put plainly, I am an advisor to the director. I keep the books in order and offer advice on the operations of the fleet. Profits, losses, all here.
Fair enough.
I have a better head for numbers than for small talk, I'm afraid. It isn't personal.
Okay.
It is nice to be asked, I suppose. I hardly ever get anyone in here unless they need help with their sums.
I don't see why. You probably have the most important job here.
That is true, but hardly anyone says so. I have been lucky to reach this position. I enjoy the work, and it is clear that I am needed. Being useful. It is a good feeling.
Yeah, sure.
I can spare a few moments.
What do you think of Alvari?
She's nice, no? A little intense, maybe. She gets results. Always to the letter.
Okay. What can you tell me about the trading company?
Well, it is funded and so controlled by the Songretta Mea Compresa. I can tell you that much. A council of 11 investors.
Okay.
Dukes, nobles, not all from the Republic's mind, but all very important people.
So what, if they're not from the Republics, they're not very important? Or is that what she's implying? Who runs the company?
While the Songretta is away, Cantaniro is the company's highest authority on the island, but he mainly concerns himself with diplomatic affairs. For the usual business, you want the director.
Okay, well, the director's not here. Okay, we do have another room over here, so let's check that out. This goes outside, I assume, on the second floor, though. So let's take a peek, see if there's anything of use. Probably a stray animal of some sorts. That seems to be what they hide in these places. A mechanic I'm not opposed to, by the way, just to be clear. Kind of like collecting little critters, and yep, there it is.
I could live forever and never be tiring of these islands.
Oh.
Akira, the beaches of Oreo Koiki.
What do we got in this little hidden slot? Moons of Error, Copper Pyre, Folded Note. What does this say? Note appears to have been quickly jammed under this bench. It's slightly crumpled. Discovered what seems to be several failed attempts at amorous verse, including a few ill-advised rhymes, helm and sword. Huh.
Hands of Poco Kahara.
Oh, the lads walking them beaches. The lasses with sand on their eyes.
Akira, them as well.
I was hoping that note might be a little more interesting, but maybe it'll come up later on down the line. Perhaps. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. That dog's name was Toby. I wonder if you get anything, any kind of bonus or anything for collecting all the dogs and cats. I'd probably have to buy a bunch of them from the trader to get them all, though. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was an achievement of some sort. Alright, so we got all that done. Let's see what we can do for now. At the night, we'll have to go to the tavern. Okokara. Probably not going there. We're going to try to do what we can while we're here in town. We can go to the Brass Citadel, it looks like. Or, what was the other one? Go to the Gullet. What else do we got here? Delver's Row. That takes us to the Brass Citadel. I think we got to go through the Gullet to get to the Brass Citadel, so that's probably where we're going next. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Seems like the most logical path forward. Get some of these quests that aren't deemed too difficult for us done, so that maybe some of the other ones will become not too difficult. I do like that feature that it has here now, that it tells you, like, hey, you shouldn't do this quest right now because you're going to get wrecked.
I thought Juana didn't believe in personal property. Yet you've brought quite the assortment of leather necklaces.
Akira, just so. But not all of them go around my neck.
In that case, perhaps you could remove them from my sleeping berth.
Oh, it is no burden, my friend. You are free to borrow one.
I assume we're likely going to have to go to the bar to figure out about this underground trade. Seems like the logical step, but maybe we need to barge into someone's house. I don't think we did full exploration of this place while we were here. So that might be the next step. We'll look for any uniquely named characters and see if they have anything to say. Pirate. Galleon, pirate, Galleon. Perhaps the barkeep will have some information for us. Everybody else just seems... this guy has a unique name. Position. Anybody back here? Yeah, it kind of seems like it. Let's talk to this fellow over here.
What is your business with me?
You know the way to Delver's Row?
I would have nothing to do with such a place. But I hear the, proprietor might know more.
Okay. Yep, the barkeep was the solution.
Need something?
Does this mean anything to you?
Whoa now, fresh face. Ain't bright to go waving that thing around just wherever. I know a Mataru trap when I see one, and I'm not looking to be snared. Keep that what's-it to yourself.
Let's go intimidation. If you don't tell me, Maru will be the least of your worries.
All right. Lay off, or I ask Berta to chuck you in the hole.
Oh.
You're ruining my one good shirt. You'll want to take that medallion over to Delver's Row, the black market. It's all tucked away in that creepy maze on the west end of the Gullet. The Narrows.
Okay.
Take a right the first chance you get. Then keep going forward until you see a merchant stall. Look close. There's a secret hallway behind a curtain there. That's your entrance.
Excellent.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but all the same, you'd best watch yourself in Delver's Row. The crooks there will kill you just as soon as cheat you out of everything you own.
Oh, I think we'll be fine.
If Dario doesn't gut you first.
You want to elaborate on this Dario character?
You stick around the gullet long enough, you might find out.
Okay. Now the question is, do we just go straight forward, or do we kind of like look around and see if we find something of interest? Set a maze on the west side. The Narrows, yeah, there it is. Let's just go for it. Keep our tab button held down. See if we see anybody with a unique name along the way. Does not appear so. It's this place.
With pleasure.
Rotten fruit and spoiled fish. Wonderful. It's like some kind of temple or praying spot of some sort. Alright, you enter a dim hallway that reeks of urine and torch smoke. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Along passage stretched to your left and right. Shadows move, glittering torchlight, but they're nothing more than shapes in the distance. The chatter behind you, the bustle of the gullet continues. She said, go right. You trudge along a dark passage and reach an intersection. The tunnel branches off to the right. You hear a distant murmur of voices down the darkened path, but see no one. Go forward, she said. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall displaying cheap jewelry. The path continues ahead. Let's inspect. Laid out are various trinkets made from junk, strung necklaces, shoe buckles, glass bracelets, but the curtain sways and flaps stirred by a draft. You twitch and go inside the secret passageway. On your left, let's see, go through the curtain. You check the tunnel one more time to make sure no one's watched you, then you slip behind the curtain into another passage. You're walking along, several dark-hooded figures materialize out of the darkness. Not so fast, you gotta pay the toll if you want to visit Delver's Row. Last time I was here, there was a man with a scar. I paid it. They shrug and stand aside. that was pretty simple. It's a quick little lie. You continue on through the stone, and the rough stone changes to smooth cobbles at your feet. Wan lamplight shivers your head, a yellow, tremulous sphere itself. Before you is a narrow cavern that writhes with shadows and echoes with music, jingling coins. All right, let's head on in. See what this is all about. All right, here we are. Okay, everything's stealing. This looks to be a shop of some sort. Orland woman stands over the table laden with herbs and spices. She mixes them without looking at her work, pausing now to raise a sprig or file to her nose. You realize she's blind.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew you, no? Or perhaps the sting of fresh pepper. Or maybe you seek something with a stronger bite.
What do you sell?
Food, of course, and supplies for the road. Though most here come to me for poisons and venoms.
Okay. Any idea where I can sell an expensive medallion?
Ernetzo deals in such things. His shop is further down, next to the lift.
All
I
right.
have plenty.
Let's see what she's got. Food. Some useful things. I don't think we need any of this stuff at the moment. Where do I check? Let's check the stash. Ship items, ingredients. Let's see. Yeah, we got grappling hooks. We got pry bars. Got pickaxe, hammer and chisel, flint and tinder we got. Any of those things we were missing. Torches, I believe we have as well. Yeah, I think we're okay. Nothing we need. One with unique names. That's stealing. That's stealing.
Looking for something to sharpen the senses. So,
See what you got. Junk I don't need. Is it stolen paintings? Oh, here's the man we're looking for. Lots of guards and pirates.
Ernezzo has not seen you before. You must be new. New or very good at disguises.
Disguises, that's definitely what it is. At last, they find Tenku.
Ah, another young water mage. Come, see Ernezzo's wares. You must spend that extra coin on something.
Oh, good grief.
Forgive me. Do we know each other?
Così, it seems not. The mistake is mine. But how did you hear about this place? Wait, no. Do not tell me. Sometimes it is better not to know.
Indeed, that is the case.
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
Actually, I was wondering if you were interested in buying.
A moment. This is a rare treasure, one for which certain people would pay a small fortune. I must ask, how did you come by this?
Let's just lie. Let's be sly about it. I saw a beggar trying to pawn it for Seth. I promptly relieved him of it.
Then you have quick eyes and quick hands. But who might want this old thing? You might speak with Dereo the Lean. He would be interested to know that such goods are drifting.
Okay, who's Dario?
Dereo is a man with many connections. It is his business to know what and who passes through Delver's Row. To find him, leave Delver's Row, go right out of the market stall, then left at the intersection, and left again.
Okay, right, left, left to get to him.
But you did not hear it from me, Aimika.
Gotta make sure we remember that.
Was there any other business you wish to do? Of course.
Yeah, we'll see what you got. Weapons, traps, the red hand. I wish I could afford that. I bet that's pretty good. Two-handed rifle. But we cannot afford that. Okay, what else do we got around here? Gotta remember right, left, left.
You need a blade or a bludgeon or some sturdy armor. Umani has what you seek. Old Umani stock is tested in the hands and throat.
Also some pretty interesting weapons. Mrs. DeGrazes with proficient weapons. So I don't know if we really got the money to dump into buying a bunch of gear right now. I do want to look around some. Let's back up this way. Seemingly a dead end.
I wonder what this is.
Ah, here we go. Not a dead end. That's technically stealing. Hopefully no one notices. Okay, it's just a ruby. We don't need to risk getting in trouble over that. Looks like there might be something of interest in here, but my mechanics is too low. I wonder if there's a way, if your mechanics is high enough, you can kind of blackmail what's-his-face into giving you more information. A figure in the shadow looks up and approaches you, his lips together in a crooked line.
Think you made a wrong turn, Bilger. You don't belong in the row.
Actually, the smell of this shithole reminds me of home. He raises his eyebrows at this. Long moment passes, he casually looks you up and down. Let's wink at him.
Either you don't know who I am, or you've had a few too many, eh? Don't matter. You sure as shit ain't the law.
He glances around the alley before continuing.
You looking to commission an artist? You'll find none better in Nekataka, Bilger.
He lightly traces his finger across the hilt of his emerald-encrusted stiletto, hidden within the folds of dark of his leather tunic. His eyes narrow and seem to dance in the magical lights as gemstone pulses with a caustic glow. Right half of his mouth ascends menacingly as he dips his head and peers from you underneath his brow. Ah, you're an assassin. You're answered with a thin-lipped scowl as words echo through the alley. What sort of payment do you ask for?
Depends on the craftsmanship required. We don't know each other, so let's keep our dealings within the gullet, yeah?
I'd like you to handle a problem for me. Head swiveling side, darty
Go
glance. So I can kill the merchant. What's the benefit in that? Hey, I don't need murder at the moment. This kind of ends back here. Arrow now. Alley narrows to dead end. Okay. So it was right, left, left. Oh, what is going on here? Let me click on it. I don't know what the benefit in killing that merchant is. Explore the narrows. Okay, so go right. Intersection tunnel branches off. To the left, you hear distant murmur of voices. Go left. Tunnel branches off to the left. The floor entrance is spattered with something thick and dark as tar. It looks like sea. Go left again. A handful of guards emerge and block your crossing. Their thick arms over their chests. One of them spits a viscous black gob at your feet. He rolls a dark plug between his teeth. Better head back, friend. Only invitation back here. I'm Redbeard, and Zario said. A guard nods and lets you pass, chomping loudly on mouthfuls of seed. At the end of the passage is a stately door crafted of polished mahogany. Through the small slit in the door, you catch flashes of fire-casted shadows and bright textiles. The scent of sandalwood and cinnamon oil come to you on a warm draft. Whatever's beyond this door is far likely more elegant than anything else you've seen near the in the gullet. Let's head on inside. Alright. He's just a thug. Yet again, that is stealing. Probably not in a position to cause trouble here. A thin, long-limbed man holds a handkerchief in one hand and a threaded needle in the other. As you approach, he sets his handiwork aside, and you see an elaborate goldwork pattern embroidered around the edge, same pattern that adorns his brilliant tunic. You also notice a strange bulk beneath the thin fabric of his trouser legs that runs up from hip to ankle.
You fancy yourself an antiquarian, yes? I heard about the medallion you brought to Ernedso. What I do not know are your reasons for doing so.
For sale. You think I'm foolish enough to fence this somewhere respectable?
I would make no such assumptions about one clever enough to survive the gullet.
He rubs the gold embroidery of his tunic between thumb and forefinger.
Many things of interest pass through the Undercroft. I could grant you leave to visit and see for yourself. A favor for a favor.
Oh?
Your friend, why is he so nervous? Are we not civil company?
Teku?
It's something I ate. A bad koiki.
I have had a few myself, and this seems like something more, no? But I have just a remedy for such agitation.
Can we talk business, or is this going to be a prolonged verbal sparring session?
Aye, Mika. I am always ready for business.
Yeah, I think we needed to step in there. Our buddy wasn't doing quite so well. Teku releases stored breath thanks to you, and thanks you with a subtle nod.
Let us speak now of you. The Watcher of the Deerwood, yes?
Yes.
I am thinking we could be grand friends, you and I. You cannot have too many friends in Nekataka.
Okay.
Kara, but I am worth 5 friends at least.
Hey, stop butting in, dude. Like, you're struggling.
And I need only a favor. An insignificant thing for a watcher like you.
Okay, what's that?
There is an artifact called the Cornet of Waves, which is currently in the possession of a Juana named Takano.
I believe I know him.
I would like you to liberate it for me.
Most people you're standing like to handle acquisitions themselves.
Alas, none of my people are watchers, and you will see things they cannot.
Okay, fair enough.
Takano is a man of many vanities, as your special gifts will no doubt reveal.
Okay.
His villa is on the eastern edge of Serpent's Crown, just downwind of the palace.
Ah, I've been there before. Okay.
The opportunist I first hired was too bold and found herself ejected from the district.
Okay.
With your unique talents, I am hoping you can avoid such complications and persuade Takano. After all, it would be best to avoid drawing the ire of our Mataru hosts.
Fair enough.
When you have the cornet, bring it to me. I will pay you well for it, and you will find my favor useful in this part of the city.
Okay. What is this Cornet of Waves?
It is an old Juana artifact, a musical instrument of sorts. Ages ago, it was part of a pair, but its companion, the Cornet of Depths, was lost when the old city sank. Both are said to carry the voice of Andra herself.
Okay, well, mythology around an item like that would definitely make it valuable.
Look no further, silly man. I speak with Ngati's tongue.
And are you willing to sit upon my shelf for my entertainment? I do not believe in these superstitions, of course.
Okay, then what do you want with it?
I have told you all you need to know of the cornet. Now, I suggest you focus your sharp mind on retrieving it.
Fair enough.
What do you require?
The principal seems divided. Which side are you on?
Why must we speak of sides? Like squabbling merchants from the republics. Once, there were no sides. Only principi, a people united by common interest and culture. But as our fame has grown, so have our numbers. Many of these new bloods have no sense of restraint and little regard for our heritage.
Okay.
He ain't blowing ballast, Cap. Don't mean there's a course to be charted back in the golden days, though.
Okay.
But we need them still. The new bloods are principi too now, and many are inventive in ways the old guard is not.
More resourceful killers then. Do not talk around this.
I talk around nothing, my cuddled friend. You either take my meaning, or you do not.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, what happened to your legs?
A storm, a rash decision, and an accident at sea. One that took my sailing days, but not my skill with a needle.
Fair enough.
Life in the Deadfire is unpredictable. Sometimes it takes you in its jaws, only to spit you out onto some new shore.
Okay. So now, yeah, we can just go to the gullet, go to the Delver Rose. Okay, perfect. So we don't have to do the maze thing again, because I will guaranteed forget how to get anywhere in this area. Once I inevitably
Can I
need to
ask
come
you something
back.
personal?
Makara, do not hold back, my friend.
You sure? Sometimes I ask things to get people riled up without meaning to.
Well, if it riles me up, then I say you
check
have
out
my
some of these other
undivided
places.
attention.
All right.
Let's check the journal real quick. Distant light. We don't have anything. We're not doing that right now. Trade secrets was no, it's being supplied. Okay, so I got to do the Coronado Waves things to get to the Undercroft and do that. And then what was the other one that got updated? Was it Terms of Trade? No, that's not it. We were basically doing 2 quests at once there. That's not it. That's not it. I could have swore we were doing more than 1 quest at a time in that whole thing. Mage's Vault. Oh, this was the other one we were doing, right? No. Did we finish one of the quests we were doing, I guess? Maybe? Either way.
Is there any kind of ocean critter I shouldn't be eating in front of you?
Got a refuse pile over here. Let's take a quick look around, see if there's anything of interest while we're in the gullet.
Queen calls these rations. Does she expect the Raparu to subsist on garbage?
Is there an answer that would please you?
Akira, there is not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Just remember.
Half-eaten food scraps litter a pile, rancid stench rise from. Yep, and nobody looking very healthy in this area. Let's take a quick look around the area, see if there's anything else of interest to do here. We got some free stuff. Not gonna scoff at that. And then I think we did need to go to the Brass Citadel for a couple things, I think. That's considered stealing, so we'll just talk. All right. An elderly Rapturo, I don't know how to say it. Man squints in your direction before blinking profusely. He hobbles closer, bare feet slapping against splitter floorboards of his adobe.
What say you, girl?
He peers steadily into your face, blinking faster all the while. The man's arms are thin as sticks. His teeth are yellowed and black from years of malnourishment. Can you see me? How do you know who I am?
I see much and many things. I simply do not look with these eyes in the same manner that others do.
Okay.
I have heard much as well. Many know you for your dark temperament, watcher who chases Aethus. I also hear the Raparu's heartbeat, grown thready and pained. Now a watcher comes to the gullet, as Amira has shown me you would.
Okay, so this guy's pretty adept, despite having some physical deficiencies.
At least piety can thrive in this dark and unforgiving burrow.
That sea-swept voice. One of Andra's own comes to visit me at last.
Actually, a starving beggar sent me to speak with you. With his lids half closed, heavy with thought.
The Raparu are being crushed from the top. We starve so slowly, it is an agony.
Starving? Are the gods so occupied that they cannot see inside the mountain?
It's not the gods' fault, it's the royalty's fault. They're not helping at all.
This is the Huana way. The fish of our nets are drawn for the tribe. The fruit of our fields, too, is reaped for the tribe. And the coin of our pockets belongs not to one, but to all.
Okay.
All spoils are gifted to the whole of the tribe. The tribe then partakes from the top down, from the most deserving to the least.
Okay, yeah, sounds like a terrible system.
It is the way of life. The Dawn Stars would feed us, but the gods forbid them to pervert the order of sharing. There was a man who helped us, a soft-hearted pirate named Ulug. He worked with the Principe captain, Mad Morena, they call her, to bring us food from the black market.
Interesting.
But for days now, we've had nothing.
What do you think happened?
Ulug was never late with his shipments. Always very conscientious. A good boy. For him to disappear for several days without word, he must be dead.
That is unfortunate.
The Queen refuses to increase our share of the prize share. Without Ulug's shipments, we will surely starve. I am asking you, what else can we do?
You need an advocate. I'll speak with the royalist at Serpent's Crown on your behalf.
Onakaza will listen. Her concern holds this island together.
He cants his gaze to the side, eyes wandering.
Perhaps you can achieve what those of my caste cannot. Gain us favor with the crown, and always we Roparu will be indebted to you.
All right. We'll try that route first, and if not, we'll come back and ask about alternative methods, which may be the way it ends up, but we'll see.
Tekehu,
I
must
believe
you
there's...
practice your chant so loudly?
Songs are for singing, my friend. If they bother you, I will find one more to your liking.
Check out this house down here, see if there's anything of interest. We can borrow some things, it seems. No one is home. That's unfortunate.
Tekehu, if you keep tugging on that, I fear you'll pull it clean off.
My tentacles enjoy it. I try not to take them by surprise, after last time.
Oh, we got a little kitty here. We go up the stairs. Okay, it just leads back up to where we've been before. Okay. The woman bends over a pile of dried, bitter-smelling herbs. She's crushing and massing them on a dirty scrap of parchment, coughing with effort. She steps in front of you to block the way, wiping a ragged sleeve across her rheumy, bloodshot eyes. As she does, her hood slips and you glimpse the faded stars on her forehead, the emblem of the Children of Dawn Stars. Ooh, okay. Excellent. So this is one of our other
nothing
quests.
here worth selling or stealing. You best be on your way.
Are you ill?
Nothing a little ginger root and some bed rest won't cure. Please, let me be.
Blood moss and cave coral. That combination clears mucus from the lungs. Someone must be very sick.
Could use your skill at the Temple of Gone. Could use it here. There's some sick Raparu in the back. Not much I can do for them now besides keep them comfortable.
Oh my.
And hidden.
In my village, the sick went to the other side of the mountain. Is there nowhere deeper you can flee?
It's better than leaving them to wander the district. I can give them a dignified death, if nothing else.
Why are you hiding sick people?
Because they've got Drowner's lung. Spreads like gossip and kills even faster.
What's Drowner's lung?
A gift from the Valians. Fills your lungs with fluid. Gets you coughing all the time, trying to clear them. One of my patients coughed so hard, she broke a rib.
Sounds like pneumonia.
Eventually, It gets so bad, you can't hack it out. You just lie there, struggling for breath, until you choke on your own phlegm. I hear it's a long, hard end.
That sounds absolutely miserable.
I heard some Raparu had gotten sick, so I brought them here to care for them. City healers don't come down here.
Ah, good grief, man.
The Raparu have no healers of their own?
These people are laborers and fishers. Many aren't even Kahanga. Wound up here after raiders and slavers tore their own tribes apart.
It's brutal.
Anyway, I realized what was wrong when I heard the rattle in their chests. The way they gasped for air. Only cure is an elixir made with pine seed oil. It costs a lot, though not nearly as much as an epidemic.
Right, yeah.
Still, if news of this outbreak gets out, these poor souls will get tossed into the old city. No one with any money in Nekataka spends it on the Raparu.
Is there any way to get the cure?
You can get nearly anything on Delver's Row. Only trouble is finding it. And paying for it. Unfortunately, the children of the Dawnstars don't have many connections in this part of town. Need something?
What interest do children of Dawnstars have in the gullet?
About the only honest one. The Raparu here are treated like garbage. Even made to eat garbage from that scrap heap opposite the lift.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Dario and his Principe scum took advantage of the neglect down here to set up the black market on Delver's Road.
Go on.
All the while, the gullet gets more crowded as tribes from the other islands come to Nekataka. Some are driven from their homes by pirates, raiders, even trading company thugs.
Yeah, I'm working on one such instance where a tribe's about to get uprooted from their home over a bad trade deal.
Others hear stories of the foreign wealth pouring into the city. What they don't realize is most of it flows between the foreigners and the palace.
Then maybe Delver's Row spread some of its wealth down here?
That's what Dario and his people say. They recruit Raparu to sneak things from the docks, report on meetings between traders.
I mean, that's technically a job.
I can't blame the Raparu. Not when the alternative is eating from a trash pile.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't trust these Principe any more than I do the trading companies.
Difference being, lass, the Raparu be their customers and confederates alike. To the company bilge barnacles, they be only product.
And whenever the city authorities finally crack down, the Raparu will be caught in the middle.
So Dawnstars are helping out?
As best we can. Most of us came from Red Saris after the Vorlis Plight and the Saints War. Or we were born to families that did. We remember what it's like to scrape by.
Okay. I see.
Some days, I think maybe this is why Aethys brought us to Deadfire. So we can do some good. Other days, I'm too damn tired.
Why don't Children of the Dawnstars help the Raparu with the food shortage?
We tried, but the one-away is prize share, meaning anything we'd give these people has to go through the palace.
Oh, boy.
Akara, it is for the Ranga and the Mataru to feed the tribe.
Best I can tell, our food went to the Queen's table, assuming it didn't rot in the storehouse first.
If the Queen sanctioned more shares for Raparu, would the Dawnstars donate crops again? Her thin lips worry together, but she nods.
That's a question for Samhain. I'd ask her myself, but I got my hands full here.
Fair enough.
She's high priestess at the Temple of Gone. Tell her Pitley sent you. She'll listen.
All right. It's going to be a productive conversation. And nothing but sick people back here, it seems. Yeah, let's not take what little supplies they have. All right, so we got even more quests to do. We're going to be pretty busy in this game, it seems like. It's very much more dense than Pillars of Eternity 1, which I am in favor of. That's East Exit. I haven't really checked out. There's an elevator over here. I don't know necessarily where that goes.
This is the gullet? I had not realized.
What, you thought this place would be in better shape?
I thought the Raparu had a piece of the city to themselves. This is a latrine.
Indeed it is.
The Mataru are supposed to take care of those below. This does not resemble care to me.
It does not.
Let us go on.
All right, it'll be okay.
Captain, thank you. I needed this.
Actually, have I been in this house before? I don't think I have. Let's check this out. Seems to be literally nothing in here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's something.
Please, I did nothing.
You see a man being dragged along a rickety boardwalk toward a rusty cage that swings over the abyss. He strains against the guard's grip. The guard delivers a savage backhand.
Enough! Or do you wish to consign her to the old city as well?
Let him go!
Bia, I'm sorry.
Your tongue flops like a dying fish. I tire of its stink. Lower him down!
Okay. So what is this? The guards drag the Raparu into a metal cage and lock him inside. He shouts and rattles the bars as he's lowered down the edge of the platform. Eventually, his screams are lost to the depths.
May Tangaloa devour your souls, you cold-blooded eels.
Okay. Looks like she just runs right by us. I think they're from that house.
Could he have committed to deserve such
careful.
a fate?
The gullet is no place for outsiders.
What say you, Overseer? The guard folds his arm, watching the activity on the walkways through slitted eyes. A portal piercing juts from his lower lip. He notices you with a sharp nod. Why was that man sent down below?
Otaro? He associated with foreign criminals.
What capacity?
I cannot be certain about Biha, so I let her go. But I will be watching her.
And this is punishable by death, or worse?
That it is.
Good grief.
These wicked sorts overrun the gullet and corrupt the Raparu. Our justice must be swift and firm.
Where's this lift go?
To the old city, Ikira. A god's cursed ruin filled with walking corpses and abominations of the deep.
Oh my.
How can you consign your fellow woman or man to this fate?
We punish only those who cause trouble. Begging your pardon for my tones, sir. The gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates.
Where's Bia now?
Hers is the first house you come to. Just there. You will probably find her there.
All right. So we'll look into the old city in a minute. Let's talk to her first. And let's make sure anyone else uniquely named over here.
Absolutely.
No problem taking these people's stuff. Guard. Okay. East exit. Platform up here. Raparu. Nope. Apparently can't take any more of that. I think that was like ship repair parts or something. I've probably already stocked up on. Let's head back to her house. See what we got going on there. Alright, she is quite frustrated and practicing with the dagger, it appears. Woman thrashes a row of tunics and soarings hanging from the rafters. Her pointed teeth are gritted in frustration. Her lips are set to a snarl. The clothes are spotless, yet she swings a handful of reeds again and again, grunting with each blow. Several children huddled together, whispering and looking with red, tearful eyes. Where are these? Oh, there's the kids.
But Taro is gone. Dead. What more do you want?
All right, take a deep breath and let's talk about this, whatever it is. She looks at you for the first time. Her fraction of her anger burns off.
Forgive me. I thought you were with the guards who took him. Other casts never visit here.
Okay. She looks pointedly at
Do the gods pay a visit to mock my misfortune?
I don't know how to say his name.
Or is Sacred Stair overcrowded?
Forgive the intrusion. We were just leaving. That is, giving you space to grieve.
So many crowd into the gullet and you worry about space.
Yeah.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
How do you know the man who was lowered into the old city? One of the children starts to say something, but Bea shoots him a sharp glare. She turns back to you, arm clasped, gripping a reed bundle tightly.
Bataro is punished already, I say. Whatever offense he gave, do not hang it on our necks.
I know you're scared, but I'm not here to harm you.
We say the only thing that live in these depths are ghost eels. And fish eaten by ghost eels. Which are you?
She turns away from you, striking the soaring harder and harder. Teku flinches at each blow, fascinated, even as he shrinks back in discomfort.
The traders say they bring riches in their big ships. But what reaches the gullet? Only crime and sickness, I say.
That is unjust.
That is only the start. The Rowatayans promise marvels, strong walls, and plenty for all. Akira, still my back aches from building their fort, and still I live here.
Oh.
And Bataro said we would finally leave.
So what happened?
I heard a Rowatayan captain took up at the tavern. Suduzo, they call her.
I believe I've met her.
They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take passengers. Bataro went and found her in the tavern. Next I see him, the guards are dragging him to the cage.
Okay. I'll check out this Suduzo character. She looks at you with the same critical eyes she's been giving her laundry, wringing and tugging the reeds.
You have the same way of talking. You are also from Rawatai, so maybe she will listen.
She looks around, talking and taking in the hanging clothes and huddled children and the warped, splintering walls of the shack around.
Bataro took some coin. Everything he scraped together working on the docks. And he went to bargain with the captain. I would offer it to you, but it is probably in the old city with Bataro. Or in someone else's pocket.
Okay. How many of you need passage?
We are 6. 3 children, 2 babes, and me.
Does no one else from Caste look after them?
Akira. It was so in the village, where Bataro and me came from. But here, we are all strangers. No one looks in on the sick or cares for the children.
Okay. I could look for Bataro.
I could never ask someone to go down to the old city, but since you offer... It is a big and dangerous place. But perhaps he hid himself. Perhaps... Please, help him if you can. Or bring me news if you cannot.
Okay. And can't you take a different... Well, she doesn't have any money. Of course, she's not going to be able to take a different ship, but we'll ask anyways. Shakes her head.
Many ships leave from Queen's Birth, but the Valiants take slaves.
Yeah.
They say the Principes smuggle goods in the caverns below, but I cannot trust such people.
That's fair enough.
But the Rowatayans have mighty cannons, and a big homeland they abandoned for ours. Perhaps there is more room for us there.
Okay. Tell me more. I think that's pretty much all we need to know. So we should be able to head over here. My assumption is this fellow over here is the one they're talking about. Let's see what you got.
What is your business with me?
Did you cross paths with the name of Baruto?
The one who threatened me. I shall not soon forget him.
Oh.
These Huana learn too many pretty words from the Valians. You cannot trust what they say.
We had pretty words before the first ship landed on Rawatai.
Yes, but did you speak them with such deceitful intent?
Are those pretty words too big for you?
No, but I do not like wasting my time. This fellow wanted passage on my ship, as if I were the village ferryman. I told him there was none to be had, certainly not at his price.
How heartless?
Better heartless than brainless. I've heard stories of merchants tricked into inviting pirates onto their ships.
Terrible exaggerations of trade company propaganda, I'd wager.
That's what it sounds like to me. She refills her cup and sets her bottle down hard.
He told me he had coin. Lots of it. I did not believe him. How could a man who lives in a garbage heap have enough money for passage?
So you assumed the worst and threw him to the wolves?
Excellent.
No, you presumptuous Adiran. I assumed nothing until I saw the swollenette.
A solonet?
A marked coin. A token of allegiance. The Principe carry them. I knew then that I was dealing with a pirate. I had heard they were influential in the gullet, but I did not realize how much so. I called for the guards, and they tracked him away. That is the last I saw of him.
Well, Biha and the children need passage out of the city.
There's nothing I can do. The passenger quarters have been reserved by a dwarf named Orin.
Okay.
Why do you bring this to me?
I won't tell the Royal Deadfire Company about your dealings here if you take Biha and the children. Try to strong armor. She tugs at her collar and looks around to see if anybody else overheard you.
Very well. I could take 3 more in the hold, and no more. Orin and his crew have reserved the berths.
Okay. The children are small. Surely you can take more.
I will already have to abandon crates of cargo to make room for these 3. Plus, the food and water they require. Send them to me. The sooner we leave, the better.
I want to find enough room for Bela and the children.
And I told you there is none. The 3 I agreed to take will barely fit in the hold as it is.
Tell me about Orin.
He and his people are gold-packed knights. Orin is... particular. Perhaps that is good. He just finished a contract to guard the Valian Luminous Mill. I hear animancers are also particular.
Okay.
He's upstairs. Just do not interrupt him if he's arranging things.
All right, so let's head upstairs and see if we can convince them to lower the amount of supplies they're taking so we can fit the rest of the kids in there. Seems like that is for the best. Where is this guy at? Okay, I see gold packs. There he is. A dwarf sits before a generous, curious spread, steam mussels arranged in concentric circles, rounds of flatbed stacked near a neat tower, melons sliced in even triangles. Yet his attention is focused on the 4 cups and the bottle in front of him. He has the cups organized almost in a perfect square around the bottle, but as you look, he leans down to adjust one. The others with him wait quietly and observe the ritual. Excuse me.
He does this every time. Just have to wait.
Holding his breath, he takes the bottle and measures equal serving of wine into the cups, making 3 or 4 passes over each. His companions look on with practiced patience.
Don't see why you'd spend all that time arranging your food if you aren't making it look like a funny face.
Good grief, Eder. At last, the bottle is empty and he places it at the exact center of the square. He picks it up, puts it down in the same spot twice more before he's satisfied.
I didn't see what Seduza was fussing about. Nothing wrong with being tidy.
I think he's doing a little more than just being tidy, is the way it seems.
Cheers. What do you require?
Um, I don't see what the advantage of this lie is. I hear you brought passage on Captain Solozo's ship.
Indeed. The good captain has 4 adequate berths, all equally sized, all facing the same direction, and she's promised to leave promptly. A most agreeable arrangement.
What would it take for you to cede your spots on Solozo's ship?
Out of the question. We're due in Takoa for another contract, and the client has already paid the advance. And we have already paid Seduzo. I couldn't possibly take back the same coins I have already spent.
I'm looking for passage for a family, but Suzo only has room for 3 of them. They'd be split. His hand jerks up violently and he splashes a few drops of wine on the table. He mops them up, rigid and plain expression on his face. And you'll be stuck with half of them for the whole journey. Won't that be odd?
That will not do. That will not do at all.
Alright, I like that.
To Queen's Berth, quickly. We must find a more suitable ship.
Excellent. Alright, well now we can let her. We got room for all the children's as well. And then we'll go ahead and try to save Bothro, I believe his name was. Before we head out, because there should be room for him as well now. An everybody wins scenario. Except for maybe Sazo, but I mean, she was being kind of shady to begin with, so I'm not too worried about that.
What is your business with me?
Orin won't be traveling with you anymore. She eyes you suspiciously, the shoulder with her shrug.
That is convenient for you. But never mind. If there's trouble, I'm staying out of it. The berths are paid for. You can send your friends as long as you promise not to make trouble for me.
Fair enough.
Just do it soon. I don't want any mess you've made to spill onto my decks.
Okay, okie dokie. Alright, so now we need to get passage down to the old city. Oh, Aloth has something to say. We'll have to check that out as well. I do need to check the difficulty level of this quest before I proceed any further. I don't want to get myself into too much trouble. Let's take a quick... Well, let's talk to Aloth first, then we'll take a quick look at that. You don't seem to be getting along with Takaki. Color flushes his cheeks.
Small wonder I was a terrible spy. Am I truly so obvious?
I didn't really notice, but apparently the game did. Suddenly, a look of aggravation flickers through his face. His features contort into a fiendish parody of themselves.
Think a buggish lad like ye can feign dull? He's stewing on the fish-scaled one. 5 are the days when a bashin' fixed all.
Isolmir, your explosive temper creates as many problems as it solves. You just don't stick around for the aftermath.
That's, I forgot he had like a split personality thing or whatever that was.
Anyway, it does seem Takehu and I have gotten off on the wrong foot.
What's your problem with Takehu?
Where to begin? He thinks some skill with water and a head of tentacles make him Ondra's blessing on land.
I mean, that's literally what he's been taught his whole life, so it's not crazy to think that that's what he thinks.
Fie, there's some kindness in the gods to give us such a spectacle. Do you think his trunk is always wet, or does it just shine so? Suppose the rest of his hair is squirmy, even the parts?
I'm certain he's a perfectly good entertainer, but I have my doubts about his reliability.
He's traveling into new territory with a bunch of strangers. He'll adjust.
I should hope so.
I mean, you did. He hesitates momentarily, caught off guard.
That's hardly the same.
It's pretty similar, I believe.
I apologize for any unseemliness on my part. This won't become a problem, I promise.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we got that. Let's check the journal. How difficult is all aboard? It doesn't seem like it is. Better life outside the song. We're partner about approach captain, Old City. Deliver the news. Offered to look for Barlow. I arranged passage. Okay. So it looks like that should be reasonable for us to achieve at our current level. So we'll go for it. Head down to the old city and see how bad it is. Why is only one person moving? Good grief.
The gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates.
I want to access the lift to the old city.
Are you mad or merely lost? That place is a punishment for the lowest sort. Go and explore someplace with pleasant views and fresh air. The harbor, or Periki's Overlook.
Nekataka has a rich history and some of it lies buried. I must see it for myself. Shakes his head.
It's your neck, Kira. We will leave the lift down there for half a day. That should be enough time to come back to your senses. After that, you are on your own. The guard will let you pass. Though I urge you to reconsider.
Fair enough. Alright, down we go. We gotta wait for everybody else, of course, because the whole party wasn't selected. I forgot it deselects the rest of the party when you talk to a party member. Rickety metal cage squeeze over abyss. Your clothes billow with a foul wind from below, and faint screams and roars of echoes from the depths. You can still make out no details from the distance. You step into the jouncing cage, the door slams shut, and your descent begins with the rattle of chains. As you adjust your eyes to the gloom, you begin to make out crumbling ruins and shadows flickering between them. The cage comes to a rest with a groan.
The city beneath the city. Each layer of Nekataka is more pungent than the last.
Okay, let's check this map out. Okay, we're in the top corner, so let's check out up here first. That is a pile of dead bodies, it appears. Good grief. And they are straight up just rotting. That's something over here.
I'm sorry, but that's a little beyond me.
Alright, so we get sickened by walking through corpses. That's not particularly surprising, I don't think. Got a dagger there.
That's a great idea.
Waterfalls echo in the distance. Looks like nothing really else of interest over here. There's just like bodies everywhere. Oh, and there's some goals. Let's see how we fare against those, especially since some of our guys are weakened already from being sickened. What is that? Looks like we're taking them down pretty easy. I'm worried about these things, though. What are these?
Behold me, mother!
beyond seek.
Drink while you can.
Okay, we're still going. We're still good. Okay, my concern was like these swollen guys would like blow up when they got here. It doesn't seem like that's the case.
That's right.
Are you ready?
Alright, they're going down relatively easy. That's good, that's good. Collect all the loots.
Absolutely.
Come on. A body has been savaged by many claws and fangs. A cloud of essence hangs over it. You recognize it as belonging to Baroto, the man you saw lowered from the gullet earlier. His his soul remnant pulses with urgency. Ah, man, we couldn't save him. You now prepare yourself for a now familiar jolt and feel yourself pulled into one of his memories. You're being dragged toward a cage. You're not looking at the darkness below. Soon there will be nothing else for you. Overseer Hetega is holding a marked coin, a somewhat glaring at you. You already tried explaining it yourself, but it's no use. He knows where you got it. He tucks it into his pocket. Instead, you look at Bea, furious and heartbroken, where she stands beyond the guards. There's something you need to tell her, but she's so far, receding further by second. You're standing in front of a man. His dark, wizened face reminds you of old leather, but a delicate work of the embroidery rests in his lap. He holds out a purse with long, fine fingers. It's heavy, and it's probably more money than you've earned in your entire life. You try not to let it show in your face. You know what to do, the crime lord nods at you. Yes, Dario, okay. Please remind me. You'll meet our mutual associate near the Adra Mill. She will give you a package, pay her, and she brings this package to the Undercroft. My people are particular about security, but now show them Solent, and they will let you pass. You pat your pocket for the marked coin. Yes, it's still there. You leave the lair of Dario, the lean and zip through the narrows of the pass, past the seaf-chewing guards, left at the four-way intersection, left again at the gullet. Your hands are shaking, remembering the rumor of, Baya told you, of the merchant at the tavern. The money's heavy in your hands. It's a risk, but you realize you've decided to take it. You approach the tavern with your heart in your mouth, realizing you can't just walk in there holding Dario's purse. You need to hide. Fortunately, some rubble around you offers plenty of hiding places. When no one's looking, you clear out some stones in one corner and hide the purse beneath them. There, you'll come back for it once you've made the deal with the Ratuin. You almost feel better about it, too. As Barrio walks into the tavern, the memory fades. You find yourself once more looking at a corpse. Interesting. Okay, so... doesn't look like there's anything of interest up there. We have something here, though. A nutshell. Don't know how really useful that is. What else do we got down here? We got lockpicks and more nutshells. Kind of my curiosity is, like, anyone alive down here?
I see trouble.
Okay, I don't know how strong those guys are. Let's back out this way real quick first. Those are enemies I have not seen before. I've already cleared that one out. We'll look around real first, and then we'll check our luck.
Just
what we got
remember,
here? Mother of Pearl. Don't
I
mind
can
if
always
do.
revive you.
Yeah, it's an explosive of some kind. The heck do we got here? I think, yeah, we've seen most of what this place has to offer. Check down here real quick.
I'll see what... the work of a moment.
Trap trigger. Didn't seem to hurt too bad.
That's a great idea.
What's going on?
Looks like
Fancy.
trouble.
Uh-oh. Very concerned about these essence batteries. Where are you going? Ah, there's more stuff just appeared over here. Okay. Okay, why are we just standing here? I assume, yes, there's still stuff going on over here. So why don't we all head this way? Instead of watching the nothing happen. Okay, there's something up this way for sure.
I've got your back.
This thing isn't doing the job.
We almost got him. There we go.
I'm here for you.
Okay, so is this stuff gonna attack me again? I don't really know what it's actually doing.
Okay.
What's going on here? Are we in combat?
Futile.
So we were friends.
Yeah, it seems like it's immune to everything. I don't know what we're trying to do here.
This does not work.
I don't want to fight these things. Another battery somewhere? Let's go after that.
Me too, man.
Maybe if we destroy the batteries, it'll stop doing that stuff?
Please don't call me Clanky.
There's a walloping.
We seem to not be able to get through this place. Yeah, let's go too low. Okay, let's just skip through them. Out of range and see what's up here. What? I suddenly can't click on anything. Mouse is moving, but not clicking. Battery dead, maybe? Just changed the batteries. Swapped the batteries out not that long ago. I have been playing more games than usual as of late, though, with my vacation streaming. Let's see if that helps. Nope, I can't seem to click on anything, and I don't know why. Is it this Curse of Nightmares? I can rest. Let's rest without food. I don't think we need any of that stuff. Nope, can't rest. What is going on here? This is something to do with the Curse of Nightmares? So, I mean, we got through fine. I'm very confused as to what's going on here. Check the map. Maybe we reload and we just don't go this way? Yes, let's do that. Probably would have... Probably right when we got here. This isn't a very dangerous area. All right, so we're just not going to go that way. There's either a glitch going on or something to that effect.
A city beneath the city beneath the city. Each layer of Nekataka is more pungent than the last.
Nope, still can't click on anything. I think we are glitched out. Probably will require reloading the game, I assume. 'Cause, yeah, I can't. Yeah, something has gone wrong. Okay. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to end the stream, unfortunately. We're glitched out. We'll have to redo this little section right here. And hopefully we'll be able to get back to it next time. This will probably... Well, I won't be able to stream as much next week, so we'll probably go back to the regular half-hour episodes on Monday of this series. And thank you all so very much for watching. Have a good one.